In this video, we are going to see how to apply internationalization in the database. Let's do it. Okay, first let me show you what we did in the last video. We got the language and we create a very small libraries here to get the text. Then I also explain that I want to do this in the database. Like I want to have a topic, for example, then I have the description that's going to be like sign up. And then I want to replace with entrar, if this is for Portuguese. Okay, so that's the idea. Let's do it. I never implement this approach and I think it's going to work, but let's see. First, we have our composers, and maybe you should have an internationalizable composer. How should I write that? Internationalizable or internalization able? I don't know. Or maybe just something with able, right? I don't know. Like, I don't know if in Portuguese I know this word. Let's try to translate. Internacionalizável. 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 Yeah, this is the word. Internationalizable. Yeah, I think it's not that hard, right? Okay, let's create this crazy huge word here. So when I want to get data applying this later, I'm going to use this internationalizable hook here. It's not a hook, it's a composer, but let's see. I think I want to have some like special find, because I don't want to just use every time this, or do I want that? I don't know, because I'm not sure if I'm using super somewhere. I'm not using super, but you can try. Yeah, let's see if this works. I've been trying to use like the same find that you use everywhere, and let's see how this works. Then the first step would be to get whatever args I get here and result. Then I can send it to, we also have fetch, right? Let me see how I'm doing. If I'm doing find fetch, I'm doing fetch here. Okay, I'm just thinking how to approach that, because maybe when call the find is not a problem, but when call the fetch, but the problem that the find is going to return the cursor. Yeah, let's try to do super.find and provide the same args. But now I need to return my cursor. That's a cursor, but I need to apply. I don't know if that's going to break everything. Let's try. I never tried this before, right? I'm trying to assign to this object a new fetch, but I'm not sure how this is going to work. Let's see. Then I'm going to apply a new fetch. And because now I have like another context here and I need to call the original fetch, but I'm kind of lost here. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but let's try. Documents. And then for each document, I need to apply this transformation. Then I need to do return. It's like this. It's like this transform here. I can also use like the same function above, and I can just change the implementation. Then I'm going to transform the data, and what I need to do here, like I need to have that's a challenge here, because I need to have a special argument for the language. Then I believe I need to get like this in the options, probably in the second arg here, that is going to be the option. I can also do this like selector options args. Then I can do selector options args. And then in the options, I'm going to get the language. Then I'm going to provide the language in the options. And so I don't know if that's very helpful, because I will need to provide the language anyway. But maybe later I could try to inject the language. That would be a nice option. Okay, let's try to get the language here. So with the language, I can provide the language here as well. Then I can create a function with a closure. If like function closures, like all this mess here is still confusing, that's really important information for me. Like you need to comment here, like, okay, I didn't understand why you did like this. Because remember, here is a make-off, like it's just like live encoding, but I'm going to record like specific videos about specific topics, like what is a map, how to re-implement a map. Then you need to ask questions. Then I know exactly what to record. And you can also vote in this platform how to create an app. But anyway, sorry for the segue. Then let's see. If I have this document here, this data, that is a document. In this case, I'm trying to check if this document has a key with my language. Remember, that's the idea. Let me copy here. I want to see if I have this. Okay? Then I want to get this part here. Then that's what I'm trying to do. Then language fields or properties. I think MongoDB call properties. Oh no, fields. Fields is better. Yeah, language fields. Then do I have language fields? I don't know. Maybe some documents I will have, some documents I don't. Then I want to get like to spread. If I have it, if I don't, it's just like empty here. And I'm going to return this. And also like, if you don't understand this, ask in the comments below. Subscribe. Yeah, that way I'm creating a new find. I'm not sure if this super is in the proper context. I'm not sure if the this in the proper context. Then I'm going to already put some things here. Like this should be a cursor. Then let's call this a cursor. And this should be my document. Then so let's do this. And then Meteor has a nice feature that is like Meteor shell. That maybe is a nice way for us to test this. Let's get what is the first level? It's group, right? Let's get group first. Groups collection. Then we are going to apply this composer. The order is not really important because I don't think we have any composers that are affecting the find. Otherwise it would be important because I need to know which find I want to run first. But I don't think that's the case here. So I have the groups collection. And I also I can export this like global.collections like this. So I can use the Meteor shell. I don't know if I already use Meteor shell here. I know I use in the Portuguese one. It's global or globals? I don't remember now. Globals? No, I think it's global. It's just to connect to my server like this because I'm not using my collections. I'm using my collection in the client sometimes, but not all the time. And in this case, it's for the server that I want. I think my server is restarting. Okay, super.find is not a function. Who is in? Oh, my UI just refreshed it and then it's invoking the other find here. Maybe I need to use collection here. I really don't remember, like it was a long time since I implemented this last like, and this like, oh, this is the cursor, right? It's the cursor. It's very confused. Let's try. Let's see what's going on. Oh, it's trying to load data. That's why it's breaking already here. I don't want to load data now. Let's comment this for now. I can edit to do uncommented later. And also I can do like this. This is a very nice tip. You can go to here, like I don't want to commit this file. Then the correct way to do it, you come here and you create another change list. Don't commit. And WebStorm is really nice because it's impossible to commit two different change lists. Then if I try to do this, it's going to block me because I can't commit two different change lists. Then it's a very nice way to prevent wrong commits. Okay, then let me save and let me use I put in the global, right? Here. Then I probably have this available. Or I should have this available. Collection finds not a function. Okay. Collection finds not a function is this part here. So I need to remember what was who. Oh, this is not an actual collection, because if I call this dot find, I believe I'm going to call this find here. So let me see. Yeah, I have a loop, infinite loop here. Find, find, find. How do I call the original one? I think I had a way to do this. Let me see if I do something. Here I just do this. Yeah, as I need to also put the language here, maybe for now it's better to put a different name. But I'm thinking I should be able to get this like the original one. Let me try to print this object here, or maybe the super object. Console.log super. We could also put a breakpoint here, but let's see what is the super object here. I know it's not what I expected because that was the first error. And remember, oh, what am I doing? Blah, blah, blah. Super can call in function calls. I didn't know this. I never tried to print super, and I didn't know that it was not possible. Constructor. I want to know what is this object. Maybe the constructor can help. Yeah, find is not a function. But what is the constructor? I don't see. Oh, my log will be here. When you log in the Meteor shell, your log is going to be here. Okay, I have a publish cursor and I have a regular cursor. Super. This constructor. Yeah, I don't know how I can call. Let me see what I have in my this. Maybe I have a different way to call the find, but I don't think that's going to be possible. Because if I was using like a regular code, I could use bind, then I can save the this context. But in this way that I'm doing with composers, I'm not sure. Validators, collection. Oh, I have underline collection. I think I found it. Maybe this is going to work. Let's see. Oh, but maybe this is the raw collection from MongoDB. I'm not. I don't think it's the raw collection. I think it's the Meteor collection. That's good. Okay, and I have the cursor here. Maybe this is working. Let's try to do fetch now. Fetch. No, because I got now fetch, I have the same problem. Then I need to understand my cursor object and try to see how I can call the fetch. I think I saw fetch here somewhere. Fetch. No, let me clear. Run again. Cursor description. Mongo. Where is the fetch? Doc fetcher is null. Selector, cursor description, collection name. Where is my fetch? Groups. I don't know where is my fetch function. Because it's inside the validator, find, save. Maybe that's from MongoDB, I'm not sure. Because I should have like a... Oh my God. Because I need to transform the documents. Oh, but oh, I don't need that because in the cursor implementation, I also have the map. Then this should work. Sorry, I forgot about that. Like I also have the map in the cursor implementation. The problem is that if I call the fetch later, it's not going to work because the data will be fetched already. But I think I can work around this limitation. Let's see. If I call fetch here, it's going to break because fetch is not there. But I think I already have my documents here, so I can do a workaround. Where are my documents? Let me remove this and this. And let's see if my document is correct here. Data. I need to see our groups. No groups, no groups, no groups. Because I did the find. Oh, maybe I should do fetch already and see what happens. Because my database is not empty. Why it's not getting here? I don't think it's worth like all this work just to have the same name. Because if it's a different name, that's okay. I'm just trying to use the same name without getting into a loop. Cursor undefined. Uh-oh. I don't know why my cursor is undefined. Okay, let's find like this. It's a bad name, right? Find with texts. Find by language. I'm not sure what's the better way to put this, but now I can call the find because I'm not redefining the find later. Then it should be my regular cursor, and maybe it's going to work better now. Let's see. I think I can call count here. Go, go, go. No. Yeah, I have my documents now. I don't know why I don't see my log. But I have my documents. Yeah, that's correct. I call fetch here. Oh, I call fetch and it... Oh, I'm not using my find language. Sorry, guys. That was my mistake. And I was just running another code. Find language is not a function. Oh, that's great. Why find by language, Felipe? By language. Why 0? Why 0? Maybe the options language is breaking everything, but I'm not providing any language yet. Maybe I can't put the language there. Or I did this, no, I did this in the correct one. Like this is the composer. And I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong here. Find by language. I don't have any selector and any options. Maybe this is a problem. Oops. Oh, that was the problem. But why was the error? Maybe it was, I think it was breaking. Well, let's see, selector. The options. Yeah, I need to have a selector. Yeah, that was my mistake. Yeah, okay. So I need to, but if I call fetch, it's not going to work. Then it needs to be, oh, maybe it was working before. And the problem was that I was called find without a selector all the time, right? But anyway, I will call get by language because usually when I already fetch the data, because this is the data, it's not the cursor, then I prefer to use get instead of find, because find is the same from Mongo. Then I think that's going to work. Let's go to our database. Let's go to our group. Then we can check if you have the actual data when you call it. We can add a different name. Then remember, the idea is that we are going to have a map, like another object here with the same fields that we want to override with a different name. Lógica e algoritmos in Portuguese. Save it. So if I call this providing as an option the language PTBR, it should be PTBR. Oh, it's not get anymore. I think I'm kind of slow today. Okay, MISC test, performance, deploy, data, mobile. Yeah, lógica e algoritmos. It's in Portuguese. Now, if I call without language, it should fall back to the default language. That's English. That's going to be logics and algorithms somewhere. Where is it? Here. Yep, it's work. Then we can just provide the language as an option, and it's going to fix the fields. Now, I'm not sure if the problem was the selector or the names or whatever, but I prefer to have a very specific name because I need to provide a different option here. Then that's it. And again, if it's not clear what I'm doing, you should ask. You should ask in the comments, because then we can record specific videos about it. But now, what is the good part about creating like the composer and like trying to figure out what is this and whatever, is that you can just plug this in any collection, like you did here, just one line like this. We can do in any collection that you want to have internationalization support. That's the magic about this. So you go here. Okay, this one, it's done. We can also find it this way. Where is another one? Groups, content, and we also have the topics. These three for sure, we need to have this. And we also need to have like maybe a find one. I don't know how often we're going to use get by language and get one by language. Get one by language. It's basically the same, but this is going to be one. Then instead of applying the transform like this, you can apply the transform in the object. Okay. This should work. You have the find one here, you have the transform, and then you transform the only result that's coming. Maybe you should be safe here because it could be an empty object and then it could produce some errors. If that's null, but I don't think it's going to be null. If that's null, it's better to do instead of, because when you do this, it's only valid if this object is undefined. If it's null, then we need to do another way. Like you need to do like this. Then it's going to be correct. Okay. Like if you do this every time, we are going to have an object and we are never getting null back here, even if this does not exist. Then maybe this is a bad approach. I think would ought to be a better approach. Like if you don't have data, just return null. Then the code safe. We should rename this to document because this is actually a document. And that's it. Then it's going to be null as it was before. Okay, this is looking good. We can also try this. Let's try to get ID. And you can do find one by ID. Get one by language. Then you can put the ID here. And okay. Yeah, maybe we want to remove the other languages. That's not going to be an issue now, but let's suppose this project is going to have hundreds of languages later. We don't want to send this to the client. Can you see? Now it's correct here. I think we should clean up this object as well. The way to clean up, we have many ways to clean up this, but I think the easiest way is probably using delete. I don't think delete is the best method here. Or you can just leave this, because we would need to get like all the language that is not the current language, and you need to remove it. Then I don't think it's worth it. Right now we just have Portuguese and English, then it would be easy to do it. But if you like, it's just a few strings. I think I'm going to leave like this. We are going to return more data, right? We are going to expand more data from our clients. But if you want to do that, that's not a big problem. Okay, let's remove this log here from the last video. Okay, now I think we should just replace a few places. Like, again, I don't want to replace everything with you guys watching. I don't need this globe anymore. I don't want to use the shell anymore. Then I want to get what I'm going to do finds here, and I want to do get by language. And this is the part where I need to get from my client the language. Do you remember that I said that I need to send the, I don't know now if I'm going to add in the context in some magic way, or if I'm going to just like, okay, send the language and that's it, because I can just have these groups. It's a method call here. Then I can just provide my language. And what I can do here in a very nice way is I can call every time providing my language. Again, we are going to send more data to the server, but it's just like a very small string. Then it's not going to be a big deal. And I just need to extend my arg here, arg with language. Again, the same problem. If this arg is empty, it's going to produce an error. So we need to do like this. Okay, do I have an arg? Okay, spread the args, otherwise spread nothing. Then you always need to worry about these edge cases. Okay, and plus my language. And remember, we have a code that knows how to find the language in the client. And method calls, they should always happen in the client. And then it's going to work. Arg with language is the arg that I'm going to provide. So now, without any other change, just these two very, very simple changes, we should be able to have this group with the correct language. How we can check this? We can just load our app. And here, if I go to PTBR, it should be in Portuguese. Como criar app.localhost. Boom, Portuguese. You see, like very simple changes. Like if I do the same, I should do the same for topics. Like I have like this topics as well. I need to just double check what I'm doing here. I can do the same, get by language. I don't need fetch anymore because it's a get. I'm getting the objects already. And remember, it's just the find is the same. I'm just changing later. I'm transforming the data. Then I don't need to worry too much what I'm doing there. Okay, that's the only find that we have here. And then we also have the last one that was content, right? Content method. Yeah, that's the method. Then get by language. Oh, I forgot to provide the language here. Sorry. Okay, then I need to provide the language here. And the language is always going to be injected in my method calls. And the last one is topics. No, this is the one that we just did, right? Content methods, language. Okay, get by language. Let me review, get by language. Okay, this one is missing. I need to get my language here. That's the content one. And language here. Get by language. So content, we have it. Topics, we have it. And group, we have it. Okay. I'm not going to provide examples for all these cases right now because it's going to be very long, this video, and it's already long because I had a few issues trying to understand the composer. But when you click here, I can just show one, right? Let's show it's really working. Programming language. Let's do this, right? I can use a regular expression here, programming. Okay, then the same change just to prove this code is working or to prove this code is not working. PTBR, then I want to change the name. Language. Okay, let's refresh. Linguagens. And you can even change the slug, okay? But I don't think maybe it's a good idea. Any field here is going to be replaced. But that's it for this video. In the next video, let me see what I have planned here. Yeah, I think we're going to improve a little bit like the title bar, put some Google Analytics. I have some ideas like maybe should have a switch to have the learn mode and like the voting mode where you contribute, because they are different things. Like in the learning mode, it makes no sense to see like no content. But in the voting mode, it makes sense. So suggest some ideas here in the comments and subscribe to the platform, subscribe to the channel. And very soon I'm going to record these videos about all these topics, and it's going to be fast, like a lot of videos like every week, okay? Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in this channel. See you in the next one.